Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. Today is a serious video, hence the face cam. You know shit's getting real. I want to talk about sailing, where we're at. It's been a week now, what we're doing. I've done nothing but sail the whole week, and I want to just give you guys my thoughts, my opinions, my predictions on where things are going to go, and I just want to basically talk about the notes I've been taking for the past week now on how this skill has impacted not just the game, but how I play as a player. Now, I'm also very curious about what you guys think of sailing, what you like, what you dislike, if you love it or hate it, any concerns you have for the game, anything you're looking forward to, any predictions, anything you want to ask me, anything you want to teach me or teach others, leave them all in the comment section down below. Make them as long as you want. I read every comment I can. I try to respond to them when I get to as well. Not all of them, but I do my best, but I definitely do read them. You're more than welcome to leave them there. I'm going on a plane in a couple of hours, so I won't be responding to many, but I'll definitely be reading them when I get the chance. And if you feel like throwing a couple of inches on the end of your cock, you can also hit the subscribe button down below. I'd greatly appreciate the support. I'm live right here on YouTube 5 days a week, and also on kick.com/KingCondor, so come by, say hi, call me a dickhead, do what you want to do. You're more than welcome to show up. Everybody is welcome. But let's talk about sailing and where we're at now. The first thing I'm going to touch the subject on is No Monkey. He put out a video, it was about an hour and a half long, and I haven't watched the whole video. I struggle to watch videos that long on YouTube. I can't do it anymore. I'm 22, it's just, I've peaked, and it's hard to maintain that focus. But I think he has done an excellent job from what I've seen so far at putting out not just his opinion, but what he suggests, and also the message he's trying to send to people when it comes to giving feedback and just kind of allowing people to play the fucking game that they want to play with sailing, whether you love it or hate it. I know, big surprise, the guy that hates No Monkey is complimenting him. The narrative of like me hating No Monkey is purely you guys putting it out there. I've never said I hate him or dislike him. We've disagreed on a few things. He's said some things in the past. I've said some things in the past. It's the fucking internet at the end of the day. I don't have any hate or malicious intent towards him. I'm allowed to disagree with him. He's allowed to disagree with me. We do on certain things. It's totally fine. But I think he kind of is. He's heading in the right direction so far from what I've seen in his sailing video. And over the week, I've been taking my own notes and like jotting down things I wanted to talk about and give my opinions on, because I've not done what pretty much any content creator has done so far, in my opinion, from what I've seen. I haven't rushed 99 with the Barracuda Trial, sorry. I'm level 80 currently, and I've been playing a fuck ton of RuneScape doing sailing. But what I've also been doing, especially when live, is I've been packing my boat with like 10 people and trying to see what happens if you go fishing trolling with like 7 people using fishing rods and the other 2 in the nets, and see if rod fishing is even remotely efficient, if there's any sort of meta or strategy to that. I've been putting like 5 or 6 people on my boat, and we go around charting, or we'll chart on our rafts and shit. I've been taking my time at really trying to embrace and just look at all of the content where I can. I didn't want to just camp Barracuda Trials because I didn't want to burn out. I just wanted to get the XP I needed to get certain levels. I'm about to hit 81, thankfully, so I can start doing a few more upgrades. However, I will be pushing for 99, or at least 87 to get to the Frost Dragon, so I really want to check those guys out. They're pretty good, but also really packed apparently. But with sailing as a whole, and everything I've discussed and looked at and uploaded over the past week on my channel, I'm sure you'll find is I've been having a load of fun with this skill. And I don't know if it's necessarily a good or bad thing, but I feel like while sailing feels like old school RuneScape, it doesn't really work with the rest of the game yet. And when I say that, I don't mean it doesn't compute. What I mean is, since sailing's come out, the only time I've stepped on land is if I've lost my boat or had to move my boat, make planks, or upgrade my boat. Oh, and a birdhouse run here and there. Plant trees on Fossil Island, that's it. No PKing, not been to the wilderness, not been doing clue scrolls, haven't been doing raiding, haven't been doing bossing. Obviously, it's a new skill, there's a lot of hype, so that's obviously going to change, especially when things start to progress. But at the moment, I'm just sailing non-stop. I can't be fucked playing the rest of the game. This is all I want to do. I want the honeymoon phase to keep dying off to see how often I come back to sailing. It's mostly going to be when new content comes out. In the meantime, I think it's going to be a good couple of years before sailing is really properly, fully incorporated into the main game, to the point that it feels like you have to do sailing for more than just the quest cape. Everything else really does not matter at the moment, or the max cape, I guess, too. Otherwise, you can do the entire game without touching sailing, and that's not really sailing's fault. It's just that it's 20 years behind the rest of the game, you know, or 15 years, however long Old School's been out for. So, I guess that's just something we have to let Jagex handle at the end of the day. We have to wait for them to kind of bring us up to speed and see how they handle sailing. And I'm sure they're going to do a good job. They've already told us they've got quests and content lined up early 2026, so we're in good hands. As a result, like, the launch of the skill was fucking awesome. It was smooth. There was no rollbacks. There was no delays. There were a few bugs, crashing clients here and there, but nothing that was really like ruining the experience. It's fucking, you know, people are racing a 99. It's been great. It's a good skill. I'm going to straight up just talk about it. Group content on the boat is so fun, but right now it is shit. So, it's an oxymoron. So what I mean is, if I'm going to have 10 people on my boat, right now there's not a whole lot to do. But it is going to be some of the best content in the game in the near future, I can tell right now, especially if there is larger boats or more combat-related boats with 4 cannons on the sides and then maybe 2 triple cannons on the front, like the fucking, what's it called, the Flying Dutchman from Pirates of the Caribbean. And they do a sailing raid or a sailing boss where you need 6 people operating the cannons. You need 1 guy on the fucking helm moving that shit around, and you need another guy using some sort of crystal extractor-like mechanic to keep everyone's shield up or the boat health up. You need 1 guy repairing. You can have 10 people on here doing content at the highest level. That's possible. That is absolutely fucking possible. If you've tried sailing, you know it is. That's gonna come one day. There will be a bigger boat. I'm talking 6 cannons, 2 on either side, 2 on the front, 1 guy on the helm. Yeah, and then just you're just fucking pummeling this boss or pushing through the sailing raid. That's going to be so fun, and that's going to be peak group content, and that's going to be the challenge. Then is going to be it's getting teams and grouping properly. And I think that's the biggest challenge Jagex is going to have. I don't think designing that sort of content is really going to be the issue. 81 sailing, by the way, I'll take a GZ. Thank you. I think it's more the ability to get a team like that together. But fuck, if you can, that would just be so. I get excited thinking about doing that with the guys. I think that can be really fucking fun. Group content at the moment is a meme. It is peak content. But it is shit. Like, trolling at the moment, it's not rewarding enough to have 10 people. But it's a fucking meme when you got 1 guy chasing this pool, 6 people trying to fucking throw rods in while 2 are on the nets. It is funny. Or you're trying to chart around with a bunch of people. Like, on day 2, I was on the island where you get I think it's the Rosewood Hole. This little one here. What's this one called? The Shimmering Atoll. I was on here, and there was a skiff with 4 people on there doing the duck charter inside. And they were just floating alongside me, fucking calling me a dickhead and you know, talking shit to me while they're in the boat, and I'm running on the land doing the logbox and stuff, and I just thought that was great. I'm muted, so I couldn't talk back, unfortunately, but it was just so fucking, it was clean. That's the content I love. I think that the ability to have multiple people on a boat just rolling around, talking shit, you sail past someone, you call them a dickhead, you keep going, they're just like, oh, fuck. It's perfect. There is nothing greater in the game than that. I think that is where Jagex is heading, and if they can really utilize that properly, that it's rewarding, it's perfect. By the way, if you do have people on your boat, or if you're on someone else's boat and they're navigating, you can release motes from the wind catcher, and you get the XP for releasing the mote, not the guy at the helm. So you can absolutely steal their sailing XP very slowly. Now, fishing trolling, I haven't done a whole lot of, other than the video that I put out, because I only recently got 78 sailing, and I'm going to push to 84 so I can get the top net and chum station, and then I'm going to make a second scoop. Oh, sorry. Oh no, it is the top net and chum station. Sick. I'm going to get a second. What's this called? A sloop. A second sloop. Make it purely for trolling, and we're going to really push the trolling content and just figure out how good. Apparently, it is really good fish per hour. I want to really see how much fish per hour I can pull out of that solo and in teams with other players, especially as an ironman and then with mains too, to see who gets what and how it's managed with the storage. But trolling is still a little bit of a mystery to me, but I am slowly trying to get there when I can. Combat is, it's slow, but I see that it's got potential, and Jagex yesterday said they want to slowly observe it before they make any damage buffs to the cannons. I think they can make small buffs. It doesn't need to be a big buff. Even if there's some sort of skill where, like, kind of like Giant's Foundry, how you know how you're making your gear and it highlights, and you click and you get an extra chunk of like the sword making shit go up. You know what I'm talking about, but I sound retarded saying it. With the cannon, maybe like every couple of shots or every so often, depending on the quality of the cannon or your sailing level or some sort of outfit based on even the Barracuda trials. Having the outfit gives a slight boost when you're wearing it. Pulling off the cannon at a certain point when there's an indicator, you click and you get to shoot, you know, it happens 2 game ticks earlier or something, or it's a guaranteed double cannonball, or it's a, you know, there's some sort of boost that requires you to pay attention and forces you to be on the cannon more than using your gear, which some people may not like because they like to use their gear while they have the crewmate on the cannon. But if it encourages you to use the cannon yourself and it can outperform your like shadows and stuff, that can be really beneficial, especially on bigger targets and especially if you're doing, you know, group content. Make it a little bit more skill based, a little bit more interactive with your cannons. I think that's fucking a huge play. Just potential, you know. I'm just throwing that idea out there. If you don't like it, feel free to let me know now down below. That's where I'm sitting at with combat currently. I think it's damage is a bit low, but I've not really been pushing high level cannonballs just yet because making them is hard. I don't have the level 87. One problem I have with sailing, however, guys, is that fucking duck. Oh my god. The fucking duck. Charting in general is good. It's tedious. It really shows a flaw in sailing, which is it's always going to have, which is the time it takes to travel the ocean. And when more oceans open up, there's going to be more charting to be done. And I'm okay with that, provided I finish all the current charting. But which I'm like 10 tasks off or something. But it's just if I need to do if my boats are all, I mean, you can move them to the closest dock, right? You move them to Lunar Isle. Getting through the Forgotten Ocean still is such a fucking trek, man. It's a lot of sailing, and I'm in two minds about whether I like it or not, because I get that's the point of sailing, and that's that the journey is part of the experience, and you can get XP and there's benefits and encounters in the ocean to really make up for that time you're spending sailing. But today on stream, I found that when I was prioritizing doing charting, I found myself following the quest hopper, unfortunately, back and forth between seas, or even just going from the Everwinter Sea to Winter's Edge to Lunar Sea to the the Kansky Sea, and then to the, what's this one, the Stoneheart Sea. I did these ones. It's a lot of zigzag up and down, and then even like some down here, changing boats. That's the point of sailing, but that's also the downfall of sailing. It's not a perfect skill, of course, and that's probably going to be one of the flaws it will always have. The thing is now is all I get out of it is rapids, and I do like the rapids being stationed. I don't like that they're always around coasts and rocks. I mean, it makes sense thematically to not have rapids just in the middle of the fucking ocean, because that's not really how it works in real life, I guess. But if there was some other way to modify the ship eventually that goes beyond the limits of Rosewood just as a max speed for completing the rest of the oceans when that's all done, just to really push that out, that would be really good. There's many ideas people can put out and suggest. I don't know one personally at the moment, because you don't want to just have complete fast travel, because then you may as well teleport and it can ruin the idea behind sailing, and it would break port tasks very quickly unless you do it without a port task enabled or something. But it's just like, now if I want to get to Prif, I still got to get to Lunar Isle and then teleport to Prif, or do I just sail straight to Prif? I would just sail straight to Prif personally, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm a dickhead just rambling for no reason. It's hard because, yeah, part of me, there's been times where I've gone, oh, fuck this. But then there's been times where I'm like at fucking Corsair Cove and I need to get to Alderaan, and I've been like, all right, fuck it, and I just sailed it. And I guess I didn't realize it only took under 5 minutes, but I look at the map and I go, fuck that. That's such a trek. But then thinking about it, you know, I didn't mind. But then earlier today, I was up in Relica and I had to do a chart over here in Prif. And I was like, I'm not fucking sailing that far. Are you crazy? So I guess it depends on the mood, like the general mood of the day, or just what's happening at the time, like what I'm up to. It's a very pick-me situation, I guess. Unless you guys feel differently about sailing in general, like traveling like that. I think it's very touch and go. Sometimes it feels acceptable. Sometimes it's like, why the fuck would I do that? So it's not the end of the world, I guess. One thing I like is if you're doing group content, or even by yourself, if you just log out, you log back in on your boat, right? If you're doing group content with people and they log out and you move your boat, like you fuck off and sail, they'll log back in on your boat provided you're still on that boat. Like, if you got a mate that's playing with you and they're like, oh yeah, back in a sec, got to go finger my dad, they log out. You can fuck off to Narnia, wait for them to log back in, and they're not going to know where the fuck they are. I like that it's, I mean, the troll is the meme, but I like that they are able to keep the character fixed on the boat when they're logged out, so that way it remembers where they were. Like, the boat is a separate entity, which might not sound like super impressive, but I remember a day where Jagex was pretty much saying things like that were impossible, or that, like, from a developmental standpoint, that shit was beyond the realm of possibilities to be able to effectively move where someone logs in. That it's always the same spot because it's on the boat, but the boat has moved itself. The vessel has moved, and I think that shows a great step forward in the development and the way the engine is being worked on in this game, and it also just brings more insight to the potential future that we have for this game. I need to maybe see how much cargo I got here. The content I'm doing right now, salvaging, is the reason I think sailing is such a big success, personally. And the reason I say that is because the XP rates at level 80 are insane, but they're acceptable. These are obviously not accurate because I've been AFK and then on mobile and whatnot. But they getting this much XP just from shipwreck salvaging, as opposed to like wood cutting, fishing, and mining and whatnot. This is well designed, and this is done right. They've done better than those skills in terms of being able to just passively level your skill without putting much effort into it, and you don't need to tick manipulate. And I was worried that they wouldn't do this. I was worried when doing the level 1 shipwreck or the level 15 shipwreck salvages. What are they? Just small shipwrecks? And even fishermen shipwrecks, when doing those at the start of sailing, I was like, oh fuck, we're in for a long one here, boys. And then getting to Barracuda, I had a bit more hope. And then when we got to large shipwrecks, I really felt, okay, they've done it. Shipwreck salvaging is good. Then you start hearing rumors about people at the pirate shipwrecks and at the Fremenic shipwrecks and then the merchant shipwrecks, and you go, oh fuck. They might even be too strong, but I don't think they would nerf it, because I feel like that's the point. I feel like that's really where they have won over a lot of sailing doubters, and that is the ability to passively fuck this skill up in terms of XP, like in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that you can just literally pump the XP out like there's no tomorrow. An issue I find people are having currently is Barracuda Trials is the best XP in the game. Now a lot of people are going, well, Barracuda Trials is #1 XP method, so, you know, it's bad. Well, I don't want to do that. Or why is it water agility that's #1? Well, to be honest, dickhead, no one's telling you to fucking do it. Like, you're not being forced to do Barracuda Trials. If you can get 80 to 100k XP an hour AFKing this method, then why complain if Barracuda Trials is double that, but you got to put effort in? Just fucking chill. Like, do you not have multiple accounts or other games to play? Do you not have a mobile to AFK on? This is really where the peak is. It's, even though this isn't the best XP rates, this is the best XP method by far. Just shipwreck salvage AFKing in a double spot with 2 boys on the hooks. This is the best method, regardless of the rates, because, well, not regardless of the rates. The rates are so good that it becomes the best method. And this whole crystal extractor, they're nerfing this next week. So abuse early and abuse often, boys, because you're going to lose that extra 30k XP an hour. Plus, I mean, if you want to get super sweaty, you'd also use the notes and get, what's that, an extra 6k XP an hour on top or some shit. Abuse early, abuse often while you can. And I mean, it's not 6k, I know, bad at math. But the shipwreck salvaging is really where, in my opinion, sailing is currently not peaked, because there is more fun content to do. But this is where sailing... What the fuck? Is that a rosewood tree? Oh my god, I got one. Huge. Rosewood Seed is in, boys. I'll take another GZ in the chat. Thank you. Fuck me. I think shipwreck salvaging is where it really shows that this is what a skill needs to be. When it comes to skilling, a skill is good when either the XP is good versus the effort you put in, or it's fun. And sailing has both of those. You have options for fun, you have options for really fast XP, and then you have options for good XP with zero effort or minimal effort. And it covers all three bases without a fucking problem. And that's what you need in a skill. That is what every skill needs, and that's not what every skill has, but sailing fucking has it. Yes, you've got to put a bit of work in until level 30 sailing. Once you can start doing bounty port tasks, you're in the money, 100%. I can't praise the skill enough, honestly. It's like I said, it's not fucking perfect, but goddamn, as a no voter on sailing, as someone who doubted it and thought this was a dumb fucking idea, Jagex has 100% convinced me, and it works. A problem I have with the crewmates, however, is that I believe Cabin Boy Jenkins is the only level 4 privateering. Is it privateering? No, deckhandedness. Yes, level 4 deckhandedness. We don't have any other deckhandedness crewmates, which means, especially when it comes to dragon salvage hooks, he's the only one that can do it, other than you. I also feel like level 4 is a bit low, or underperforms a bit. Like, level 4 in the cannon sucks. I feel like, I guess that's the point though, because it would encourage you to play with other people in later content to, I guess, make it less reliant on the NPCs. They're good, but fuck, players are better at at fishing, at salvaging. I mean, I'm better off being on the hook than fucking jobless Jim, but, you know, if he doesn't have a job, what's he going to do, right? And then you've got navigating, which is, again, a zero skill system for NPCs. So I'm a little torn as to whether I want NPCs to be stronger or not, because if NPCs become stronger and get a buff, or better over time, especially with like some sort of raid coming out, it then removes the need and want to play with other people. Whereas if you have other people on your boat, other players, you can really up the efficiency of what your boat puts out. It won't up the efficiency of your XP because you'll be, you know, people will get their own XP for fishing and salvaging. But when it comes to group content in the future, that you may need to salvage and do combat at the same time, or salvage and you know, make certain things on the boat. If you can get an anvil on there eventually, or some sort of workstation to make things for the boat, repair the boat, it'll be far more efficient to do it as a player. So I guess you got to find the balance, and I guess that is the balance. Make the NPCs useful, but not powerful. So I'm okay with that for now, but having one more NPC with deckhandedness level 4 would really complete the endgame salvaging, because I don't really want to push for dragon hooks until I have at least, I mean, I won't go for a second dragon hook unless there's another Cabin Boy Jenkins I can chuck on there at the moment, because I like just standing here salvaging, extracting my crystal and letting these boys work, you know. I'm slavery in old school RuneScape. It wins every time. And I guess the final thing I want to touch on at the moment really is sailing encounters. They're good. They are so different to random events. It's not even funny. They've done a good job there. It's interesting that Jagex hasn't touched the rare drop table in ages, but is developing a whole new, I guess, random event ocean encounter system. The clam is awesome. The fucking runaway, what are they called? The those cunts drowning in the ocean. What are they called? The escorts or whatever they're called. I can't remember. The you've got the turtle with the clue scroll, or you got the crates, and then you got the winds to give you the trims. The only thing I think is a bit of a troll, but creates a great bit of competition, is if multiple people are on a boat, it's whoever gets the event first gets it, except for the clam. The clam is independent to everyone, but if there's a turtle, or if there's a crate, or if there's an encounter, or what are they called? The people that that are drowning and you save them, it's whoever gets to them first gets it. So it creates a bit of competition. It's a little bit of a pid check on the boat with the boys to see who gets it first, so you can tell everyone to suck a dick if you win. But it's a fucking troll too, because I want the fucking sailing XP, and I've got some dickhead with 10 more levels than me, while I'm the one flying around on the ship doing all the navigating and wind boating, and she's standing there fucking crab dancing away, picks up fucking Wilson, and I'm like, that's my fucking 800 XP, bitch. But it's first in, best dressed, I guess. good fun. I think they've done a great job of those encounters. They keep the ocean live enough that you want to do them, especially with things like the clam, but not enough that they're annoying in any way, because a lot of them, most of the time, it's just the heavy winds to give you more trims, and I'm all for that. So ocean encounters was a very good and very neat idea. Building the ship in general is great. It's expensive, it's heavy, but it's worth it in every way. Like it's linear, it's consistent. Obviously, I don't have the gale catcher yet because all the teleport focus, so I've got to go get a lot of this stuff. I haven't managed to go farm yet. You need a lot of fucking resources, and people are complaining. It's a lot of hull parts, it's a lot of wood. I spent like maybe 3 hours cutting ironwood, and I've got enough to do like fucking 3 sloops. So I'm not really too fast at that point. That's part of the Ironman way. If you're a main, you just fucking buy it. But it's all consistent. I'm a fan of the way that you progressively upgrade the boat. Getting the dragon stuff is going to be a pain in the ass, but I will work towards it. I think it'll look really nice having a dragon boat. I just don't really see the benefit other than the hull at the moment for the speed boost. But I'm hoping that with content coming in the future, especially more sailing related content, having those upgraded boats will be definitely beneficial. So I might want to start farming those pretty soon, I think. Barracuda Trials are good fun. The Temple Tantrum is honestly the best one because it's the less fucking frustrating. Jubbly Jive, I got it eventually. It's just, man, forgetting boxes and forgetting where forgetting to hit the towers for the jubblies was so annoying. And the Gwyneth Glide, man, I live in the bush, as you can see by my ping over on the side under the minimap. It's anywhere between like 70 and 120 ping, depending on the time of day. I don't have cables running to my house at the moment, so all it takes is one spike for that glide to fuck up. But it is good. The XP is insanely good. It is clean. It feels rewarding. It feels like you're getting big chunks at the time, and it works perfectly. I'm all for the Barracuda Trials personally, especially if you want to push out the levels. Sea charting, that duck can get fucked, and the weather pattern going back and forth is a little bit annoying, but the duck, oh man, and the crates, oh my god. Oh, fuck me. Drinking a potion and ending up in the middle of the desert, like, they're such a fucking troll. It's a one-time thing, but Jagex, those are so fucking troll. You are such cunts for that. I haven't done any Lunar Isle tasks yet, but I'm a big fan of bounty tasks. Port tasks are really just if I'm going by, I'll do one. But they're not worth it, in my opinion. The XP is just far too little for port tasks. But bounty tasks are 100% worth it if you're going to farm shit. They're good fun. Mooring points are just... to me, they just exist at the moment. Same for ports. They're just a convenient place for me to put my boat when I need to. I'm looking forward to making my fishing trawler sloop. I don't know what my level 91 boat's going to be yet. I might hold it off for now for my 5th boat, but we're definitely going to make a fishing trawler sloop. And if you ever want to come by and try troll fishing with me, I'm more than happy to take my chat along with me and have a bit of fun. Especially, yeah, once I get that boat going in the near future, I want to try to get some of this new marlin fish. Apparently, they're really good. That's why I'm trying to... How much offcuts have I got? I've got 510 offcuts just from doing these shipwrecks. That's why I'm dropping the fish now. I think I'm going to need more fine offcuts, which is the only problem I've got. But definitely going to be trying to smash out a lot of fishing trolling in the near future and just really bank up a fuck ton of fish. And I think doing it as a team, rotating between nets and stuff every so often, bringing a fishing rod for a little bit of extra XP and a bit of extra fish. If we can figure out a way to effectively use the rod, if it's possible, I think Jagex should really look at buffing that. That'd really sweeten the group fishing content, and that can really just bring a whole nother aspect to just leveling fishing in the game, because that fish is worth money. That fish is currently top tier when it comes to eating, and I think you use a lot of their parts to make potions at the moment too. So there's also that. I'm just trying to look for some rare drops here at the moment. There's that sextant or the broken compass or something, and getting that rosewood seed was big. So I'm going to spend a bit more time here just smashing through the content on the shipwreck salvages, and then I'm going to go overseas and have a 4-day holiday. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, guys. If you've got anything you want to share, feel free to put it down below in the comment section. I think sailing is in a good place. I think it needs a bit of work in small aspects. The main problem is the content that is yet to come, and that's because it's not here yet. But it's obvious what's coming, or at least not to exact details, but it's obvious the direction things are going to go in, and I think it is looking very good, and I think Jagex is on the ball. I don't think they're going to fuck this up. I'm a sailing no voter turned yes, and I think that's all completely a result of Jagex just doing a good fucking job. So shout out to Jagex for putting that together. Appreciate you guys very much. You guys are the best. Hit the subscribe button down below. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the live streams when I'm back from holiday next week. Good luck and good night. Thank you. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.